there, my name is Kirstin and I homeschool. I have 3 boys and ages 2, 4, and 6, almost to be 3, 5, and 7. And I wanted to share a little bit about why I homeschool and how long I've homeschooled and anything in between. So I've been officially homeschooling for almost 2 years now, since my oldest is about to go into 2nd grade. But I have always had a different approach to preschool and thoughts about preschool because I enjoyed that time together with my kids and I loved learning together. So I did preschool at home or with another friend and had just kind of always done things that way. And I was feeling nervous about school because I didn't feel like my son was necessarily ready for that separation and for the academic rigorousness maybe for kindergarten. A lot of people that I knew had said kindergarten had more homework than 1st grade. And so I had been praying about it and really not sure of what to do, if I should hold him back or if I should try and just get him extra help before school started. And so I actually met someone that homeschooled and just kind of said why they homeschooled and that they were not weird people and their kids were very, very nice and very, very social and outgoing and kind. And that was the confirmation that I needed that it was okay to homeschool in kindergarten and see if this was a good fit for me. And so when I did kindergarten, I just knew that that was something that I would always do and obviously make sure it's a good fit for each kid. And I intend to continue to homeschool as it is a good fit for me and the kids. But for right now, it's an amazing fit. It's a perfect fit for us. So I will show you a little bit about, or show you our homeschool day of what a typical homeschool day looks like. And I hope that you, when you see this, that you realize that homeschool can look so different in so many different homes, and there's not one cookie cutter way to do it. And that's why it's so fun and so unique and beautiful, because we get to do what's best for our kids and the level and stages that they're at. And we get to learn together as a family, which is very fun and a huge blessing. So I am currently, I stay home. I also run a business. It's equine facilitated learning. So I help people with leadership skills, communication, just improving their overall self and interpersonal relationships through customized ground equine activities. So, and my husband is a mechanical engineer, and we love being the country bumpkin rednecks that we are. A typical day looks like for us is we get up, we eat breakfast in our jammies, then we get all dressed and ready for the day, make our beds, do the typical brush your teeth and all of those things. And we sit down at the table and do our formal instruction. So this includes typically math and language arts of some kind, and a science. And then if we're lucky, then we can include basically an elective of some kind, whether it's literature or some history or something like that, that's kind of an extra bonus on top of what we're teaching core. This time is like an hour and a half to 2 hours max. 2 hours is like, I'm feeling pretty good about myself and the attention that I have for my kids. That's about 20 minutes each subject, and we're looking at quality, not quantity here. This feels really good to me, and I feel like it's really good fit for our kids. It's One of my kids can sit a little bit longer than the other one, so it just depends on the day and on the kid. Then we usually take a break, they go play, and we have reading time in the afternoon. This is either something that they virtually sign on to and watch someone read books, or we read together outside or in different places, and this can take an hour or more. It just depends. That's it. That's all I do. I try and get my kids to be outside. We play outside for at least 4 hours a day. I'm not strict about this. If they would rather play Legos in the playroom or whatever it is, that's totally fine, but it's free time. Every day after homeschool and lunch, I send my kids outside for at least 4 hours a day. And this doesn't always include me. So this is when they go outside and they are exploring and doing things on their own. And then I will join them sometimes and sometimes I won't. The reason why this is so important to me is this is when I often observe them through the window, and I will see them doing all kinds of very creative crazy things. Whether it's they are creating new games, or they are out with the horses, or they are on their bikes, or they are playing with water, or they're playing in the dirt, or they are whatever it is, they're coming up with new ideas to entertain themselves. And that's why I love it, is because it allows them to figure out how to entertain themselves. It's okay to be bored. It's okay for them to not know what to do next, and giving them the win that they can figure it out for themselves. They don't need mom to constantly come up with these really fun Pinterest games. They can come up with them themselves. They can come up with fun things to do themselves. And oftentimes I'll come in and be like, Mom, we found this new thing to do, or Mom, we found this really cool random thing in the yard. We often have carcasses and random things in our yard, and they find them and they come show me, or whatever it is. And so I think that's fun, because it allows them to do those things themselves, and I don't have to lead them on all those adventures. They come up with those adventures themselves. So 4 hours is minimum outside a day, and it looks different every single day, but I think it's very important for my family, my sanity, and their sanity. So that togetherness time that we have during homeschool and in the morning is important for our connection, but it's also important for our connection to have that separateness and have that creative time alone. And so I get to do things for myself, focus on my house and my self-care, and they get to focus on their self-care outside. So that's why I love having them be outside and the creativity that happens out there. So typically we have the instruction in the morning, lunch, and then free time for the rest of the day till their dad gets home at 4:30 or 5. So that's what our day looks like. And the reason I'm telling you that is not because we have it perfect, and not because every day looks like that at all. There are tons of days where I have to be patient and spontaneous and flexible. So the reason I'm telling you this is because this is not public school at home. This is not 6, 7, 8 hours of instruction at home. That is crazy, and you will go crazy, your kids will go crazy. And also trying to teach multiple levels of subjects, there's not enough time in the day to do that. Homeschooling has allowed for my kids to really embody uniqueness and embody who they are as an individual, and not experience the normal peer pressure of being someone that is likable, someone that is cool or popular. They are allowed to be their unique self, and that's why I love homeschooling. That's why I love encouraging them to embody who they are, whatever that looks like. And homeschooling empowers them to do that. It empowers them to be who they are and be unique and not have to worry about what the world is doing, because they're already different in being unique, and that's cool. And that, I hope that becomes the new popular, because I want everyone to be able to assume their unique abilities and see the power within that. There is a quote from Les Brown that we all are born unique and most of us die a copy. So as a parent, this is a devastating quote to think about if we are not allowing our kids to embody uniqueness. I never want my children to think that they have to be a certain way or a certain person to be liked or accepted. The purpose of Harness Your Power is to help our clients see that they have the ability to heal and empower themselves. It's already within them. The horses help them see that because horses are mirrors, and so they mirror us and they help us see our potential. So equine facilitated learning basically is where the horse is leading and the learner is reacting until they start figuring out their relationship, and then the learner can lead. So equine facilitated learning is something that I have found as a parent is very beneficial to reflecting on how I as a parent interact with my kids. So if I want to get a horse to listen to me, or I want to lead a horse somewhere, I am working really, really hard to respect the horse and allow the horse to trust me, and allowing them to be authentically curious, but being authentically curious myself. As a parent, that's really hard because we are always in the mode of, you need to listen to me and this is why, and kind of controlling. And if you try and control a 2,000-pound animal, it doesn't always go your way if you don't make sure that they trust you and make sure they feel safe. So as a parent, I am constantly making sure that I myself am making sure that they feel safe. And with my clients, I am continuing to help them learn how to be aware, self-aware, always self-aware to what triggers and feelings that we're having, and if that is respecting the horse and we're concerned for the horse, or if we're just concerned about ourselves. And if we're concerned about ourselves when we're around the horses and we're not really present, then they will often move away, and they will be unconcerned with us if we're unconcerned for them. So same with children. If we're not authentically curious about them and their needs, they're not concerned about what we want them to do at all. So that's kind of where I teach myself and my clients to kind of be more listening newly and be more present to allow more connection.